Hey, I'll try and keep this quick. That's not true, but I'll try and just discuss the stuff I want to discuss, and hopefully it's done in a timely manner. So there's a lot of stuff I want to kind of. Actually, no, that's a lie. There was a few stuff I wanted to like talk about, but then I realized that they weren't as substantial. So one thing I did want to talk about that's been on my mind lately is how I want the Sutherland Hall Council and just the dorm as a whole to operate. I think we started our first event. That was the trick or treat thing, so I was really excited about that. But now I'm thinking about like the bigger picture and how I wanted to operate in the long run. And largely, I think I want to use the dorm as kind of a pilot of sort, just for a lot of cool stuff that I do want to try on, at least in some in some form, and then trying to expanding to on a larger scale. I feel like I can't describe that as accurately or just communicate that idea as well as I want to. But the what I'm trying to get is like stuff like I'm really interested in like building third places, so trying to connect people and trying to build ideas and just overall improving the day-to-day experiences of people is something that I want to try doing here for. Cause I think I can't just go like on the city scale and say like, oh, let me do this on a city scale, do it on a national scale, blah blah blah. I have to like start from somewhere. I think in Sutherland we do have a unique position where we can do all these cool stuff. Um, so yeah, so now what I am thinking though is that for the Sutherland Hall Council, the way the hall councils have typically worked, from what I'm gathering, just based off different communications experiences, is that it's more so you do a couple of events here and there. It's like you do like a trick or treat event, like a Halloween event, do some decorations, do a Thanksgiving event, do a Christmas event. But I want it more so to be more, that we don't just operate in the events of the dorm, but we rather change the lifestyle of the dorm, if that makes sense. Like we still do events. 'Cause I think events are awesome, they're fun, they're cool. But I also want to try to have. I feel like the small things in between those events matter as well. I think. So that's something I've been looking into, and it's weird because it's not just like when I say Sutherland Hall Council, it's not just Dalu, right? So it's something that no matter what I say, I do have to convince the people on the council as well. The council feels really that's not I say it like that, but I do have to convince my teammates on this vision I do have for the dorm, I guess. So it's really interesting. I don't know, it's like something I wanted to do is like maybe like a bi-weekly yap session where just like you have people come into a room like this and just yap about whatever they want. That's something that I don't know how beneficial or if it would even work if people will show up, but I think it's stuff like that, something I want to test out. I know in high school there was a lot of stuff I did want to try testing out, like having a cafe of sorts where people was like it was more student run, so people got that work experience. You also just got a sort of not a third place because it does have that monetary incentive, but you just had it brought more life to the community. And in some sense, we did have that, but we didn't have it on the scale I wanted. Now I come to university and you have this thing called Saxby's, and they're basically a student-run cafe in the library, and it's really really cool. They have this amazing banana smoothie, that strawberry banana smoothie that I've been wasting my money on. And I have to stop, but I want to try testing those ideas out, and I think it's really cool that I've gone to this place where I'm seeing that happen, like in certain areas. So I want to see if I can do that in some sense, and just get those experiences, because I think those experiences are really what help me not only benefit this community as well as I can, but benefit other communities wherever I go, right? And something I've talked about not that much on the docu-series or Project Phillips, or whatever I choose to call it, given the time or day, is that, and this is more so like for leadership stuff, but I think I want to try just changing and this kind of goes into big vague stuff that I don't think I have a clear, defined cut structure on or a vision on, but I just want to try, I want to impact everyone in this dorm in a way that wherever they go, they impact others, and like we give them something to impact others with that's hopefully positive, right? So that's something that was a big way. That's a big. That's a fundamental part of how I do stuff when I'm like leading. Like anytime I'm helping out with something, I do want to it's not just a one-time thing, right? It's not just a confined bubble of sorts. I think it's it's a network of sorts. I think that's a better word to use. It's like a spider web, a network, whatever you want to call it. I want, like, let's say I do something good here. I want that good to spread out everywhere, right? So that's what I mean by it's not like clear cut defined strategy. Like this is what we do. It's more so how I'm trying to picture how to do these stuff, like the thought and emotion that's driving my strategical planning for the presidential stuff and just the whole council as a whole. And that's why I feel bad kind of doing a video because it's not a clear cut thing, so it is what it is. But I do think that regardless of how it is, that's how I want to do it, and it's something I have to be honest about. So it's like something I have to communicate with the council. And saying the council, as again I said before, feels very ominous. I just have to communicate with the 9 other people on the team. But I think it does bring some issues because everyone is busy, everyone has lives. It's not the only thing that we're doing. Like even I have to remember that in my life. Like this is not the most important thing, or the research job is not the most important thing. There's a bunch of components to one's life. So then saying this is all good and dandy, but then I think this is all good and dandy, but it does take a lot of effort, and even planning one event is really hard to do. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it properly, in the sense that we're able not to overload ourselves, but we're also able to change, I guess, to really create something here, right? Not just do a couple events, but do like these small bits as well, right? And I think the key component that is really getting that student involvement. I don't think we can, as a whole council, can do it ourselves, but with 700 plus people, you really have something great going on there. So if you can have people, not just in the whole council, but just different people in the dorm, kind of take charge of these different ideas and just have that ball rolling, I think you could really have that vision shared. And I'm going, like, just kind of do a TLD, I'm going to try and explain the vision a bit better one more time. The idea is that not just to have different events, like cool stuff for like each season or holiday, but like to have small stuff here and there that's just going on continuously. So it just feels like a more lively, homey community. So you just have like food in the communal area that people can grab. You have maybe like a game here aside, like where people are like, oh, I have nothing I'm doing. Maybe I'm just chilling at home and it's like 9 p.m. Let me come and do this. Just different stuff like that. Create a more communal environment. So I think the key to doing that, as I said a couple minutes ago, is really just having that involvement from everyone, which is, I think, we're on a good track. So we already have some people, the person who offered us the idea is also helping us plan the Thanksgiving event. So if we can kind of spread that, then I think we could really do something awesome. Yeah, that's where my head is at least for the whole council. There's a bunch of other cool stuff happening as well, as always, but I think this is something I'm still kind of tackling in terms of how to do it, because we do have one person at least, but I think we have to kind of get that involvement from everyone. So it's not just, it's possible to do these multitude of things without overbearing them on a couple people. But yeah, that's where my head is at. I'll just share like a couple of things now that just popped up in my head. And before I end this, I think the way to do that is kind of just do exciting things at first, right? Have like these exciting things that kind of inspire people to do their own things. And I think you see that often in arts. Like think of something like the Into the Spider-Verse film. Something that came out of that was Spider-Sonas, and Spider-Sonas were basically people's own depictions of Spider-Man in their own image. So like you would have, it's one really like Gundam, like robots or whatever, that would have a Spider-Sona or Spider-Man like character that really resemble those robotic aspects, maybe like a robotic arm, or for steampunk, maybe like some steampunk stuff like a goggle, some worn out clothes, stuff like that. So kind of doing these exciting events that inspire people to do their own stuff and just be like, oh, can we do this, blah, 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 then that's how you really have something amazing happen there. So I think that's the vision. So this Thanksgiving event, I think we are in a cool spot with the larger vision, because one thing we are talking about is kind of having more involvement from the larger community, just to help out. Like the Thanksgiving event, by the way, is just to be thankful to all the people who really make this community what it is. So the RAs, the maintenance staff, the people at the perch, the cafeteria, the people working in the store that's in the building, just really give that, like, just be thankful for them. So the idea is to just cook like some snacks, maybe create like a gift basket and then give it to them. So to do that, we're thinking of having people help with that, and so if we can do that, get student involvement, get them excited about some other stuff, have them try and like think of the stuff they want to do, and give them the tools, resources, the guidance to help to do those stuff, then we'll be in a good spot. But besides that, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.